we get proper advice, double confirmation from our both attorneys. Our attorney, please go ahead.
We're missing, one counsel.
Yeah,
Wait for the ladies who are now.
yeah, please arrest her.
She's on her way.
Thank you.
We get to 10 o'clock, we're too late.
Like I said,
Okay.
I had it here. We have a motion to end the 20-minute recess and come back to our regular session. We have a motion, please?
Motion.
Ooh, thank you for the participation, but I can't figure out who did first and second.
Okay, I'm second.
Second, first, to
Ladies
one,
first.
thank you, ladies first.
Okay.
All in favor? Aye. Go ahead, Counselor.
Okay, under New Jersey statute, section 40A:60-5E, for a 6-member council, there are 4 affirmative votes needed to carry, and to pass, the ordinances. And we're talking about ordinance 2025-18 and 2025-19. It's my opinion that because it's not a tie vote, the mayor cannot cast a tie-breaking vote. So what we'll need, and I want to implore the council of the importance of these 2 ordinances, inasmuch as they are required by the court in the Builder Remedy Action. And the consequences of not passing either or both of these ordinances could be significant on the borough.
As in, possible consequences.
The possible consequences, we could all be hailed to court, number 1, and have to explain to the judge the reason for the abstention and not voting in favor of the ordinance. And number 2, there could be other potential ramifications for this in terms of the impact of this on the balance of the litigation that's still ongoing. We have not received what's called a judgment of repose, which is when the case is over.
Which means we
Which means
get,
the court could impose some type of sanctions, the court could impose other types of obligations on the borough, which it would be within the judge's discretion as to how to enforce and what type of remedy to give to these 2 builders for this. So what I'm going to ask.
and also I wanna add, Counselor, the whole purpose of this exercise is to get our rights back. In order to fulfill the 3rd round, and also comply with the 4th round, so we can get our rights back, so we won't have to face builder remedy issues coming forward.
Mhm.
Right? If you don't do this properly and protect ourselves as a borough, one option that could happen is that due to non-compliance, other builder remedy may follow. That means another person who could just build 3 homes in a residential area, build an apartment and say, go screw yourself, council members and the mayor, and forget about your ordinances, cause it doesn't exist, cause the judge didn't allow that to happen. Go ahead, Councilor.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, this was the part of the settlement agreement that this council voted to approve. So not passing either or both of these 2 ordinances would be a breach of that settlement agreement. So there are damages that could flow out of that breach. So what I'm going to request is that a council member who voted to abstain, who would like to make a motion to change their vote, please make a motion.
Which ordinance? 18, 19, let's go.
Let's deal with the first one, 2025-18.
There's 4 abstains.
Well, no, there were 3 in the second vote.
Sorry.
So would one of the 3 abstaining council
Clerk,
members
who
wish to
abstained?
change their vote?
On ordinance 18, second reading.
Council Kim, Council Min, Council Wanya.
Mayor, can I ask the councilor for my continuity?
Yes.
Sure. I have a conflict of interest between both of them.
The property owner is not that one.
So can I recuse
Does he have a
recuse
conflict?
myself?
code attorney said that, you know what, just for Pete's sake, just abstain, recuse yourself. Because of your prior relationship that they had, from a prior appeal that never happened.
I wouldn't represent that.
But it is, recuse yourself if you want, but what is your opinion? Is there conflict? Because of the past relationship that they had for our project that now another person is taking care of, this was right out in front of us, trying to get that passed and build the revenue base.
I don't believe so, but if you want.
Anyone will get like a 2 months prior to this thing happening. So but to go to the beginning. It's like very scared of the life that I gave up. Just a few months prior to the time. Not even a year. So I thought it was a conflict of interest. That's it.
When did this happen?
It was like 4 months prior to that they changed it.
We delivered. 4 months before.
Yeah, I hope they will be able to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. But it's your choice.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. But he'll has to, yes, refrain, and have,
Yeah.
recuse, we guess recuse. Okay, so, we have 3 abstains, for ordinance 2025-18, is by Kim, Min, and Wan Yun. Go ahead.
Do either three of those council wish to make a motion to amend their vote on that ordinance?
I like to
As,
Okay. So you wanna make a motion to amend your vote? And how would you amend, how would you amend?
I have a conflict of interest with them, so I believe I should not abstain, but recuse myself.
Recuse yourself? Okay, do we have a second to that motion?
Yes. Thank you, second.
Okay, so now we have 2, abstentions.
Yes.
Do either of the 2 council who abstained wish to make a motion to amend their vote?
Well, you know, I just wanna go back, right, last month, right? The ordinance originally introduced, right, with the 2 packet, 15 and 21, right? We decided to move forward, now, we made some changes on the packet, right, the details, right? So, last week, work session, 15 was prepared with all the striking, details, right? Now, 21 wasn't prepared, right? We were still, you know, based on your talk with the attorney, right? They're actually preparing the, packet.
Actually, 21 was presented on was presented at the last meeting.
Yeah,
And what
but-
happened was at the work session meeting last week, our Clerk Jang did not include.
No.
the plan.
Last month, right, we made some change based on the packet, right? It was same duplicate packet, 15 and 21, last month. So we made the change to bring the correct packet, because both packet has a
Some of the
102
numbers.
affordable housing number there,
Affordable
right?
home numbers.
Correct? So, work session, we got the, revised packet of 15 grand with all the striking the wordings, right? With the red marker, right? Now, 21, they were working on the, packet, so we couldn't have the correct packet ready during the work session.
Yeah, but I believe it was already provided prior to the work session.
Yeah, but then change.
Yes.
We got changed, Scott.
No,
Yeah,
the
the
numbers
one
changed.
for 15 changed, not
No,
21.
21,
21 didn't change.
but there's a wording that has to be changed. I can show you, right? So with that said, right, the packet wasn't ready on the work session, and we were waiting to obtain the updated packet, right? Now, this packet, then why would you wanna include the packet here today? Right? Because the packet wasn't there at the work session. Now, we got the packet knowing the fact there's a change, right? We got it at the last minute. So when we're talking about this both ordinance, right? Even you weren't sure if 15 is for 102 affordable housing or 33 affordable housing. So how do you want us to actually vote it on the right information?
Will be based upon the prior,
Yeah, we can do, like I said, the information regarding the number of, market units and affordable units was provided in an email to the clerk, which I asked to circulate to the council, and I believe those numbers were provided to the council several weeks ago.
But even with the 15 grand, right? The packet that was provided at the work session is different from what I received today.
The numbers that were
The numbers are
provided 2
different.
weeks or 3 weeks ago, those are the numbers.
I'm not just talking about the number.
What
the
else-
actual
what
wording.
el- what else
Well,
changed?
I don't wanna.
Yeah.
I want to check. So Councilman Min's point is not necessarily that this ordinance has any faulty language. The ordinance refers to the redevelopment plan, right? And we were given copies of the plan, and there were some changes proposed, and we were supposed to receive the revised plan. And Councilman's point is that we did not receive the revised plan at the work session, and it was just provided today. So
he apologized.
So I propose, in order to pass this ordinance, I think it needs to, the council needs to feel comfortable that when it refers to the redevelopment plan, it refers to the latest and greatest plan that we approved.
Oh.
Right? Can you,
Add
I don't know if you could stipulate that, or if you could represent
Yes.
the councilman that will be the case, because his concern is valid. He's saying the details that are underlying this ordinance
Mhm.
are not reliable, so how can he pass this ordinance? I think you should make it clear to councilmen that the details underlying this ordinance should be the current version.
Yes.
So
And
that
they-
passing this ordinance would not subject him to passing some, plan that he never approved of.
So for example, 15 grand is different from what we received here today than the work session. So are we gonna use the work session packet or the regular
Because they're
session?
both dated May 22,
Yeah.
25.
Correct.
So
So
I
that's
think
what
you should
I'm-
make it
We
clear to
are
him.
going to use the correct one, the
The
one that has the
latest,
correct
the
number of
latest.
market rate units and the correct number.
Is that the
of
latest or
affordable
the
units.
former?
It is the latest, although I reached out to our planner, because when I looked at he had made a correction to the plans because it went from section 1, 2, and then 4. It was missing section 3, so he renumbered the sections. When he sent those to me on, I believe, Saturday, and then I passed them on, to our clerk to include with his packet, I was just looking at it now, and I think he may have left the number of affordable units as the old number before he corrected it. So the bottom line, the plan that is adopted and that will be included with this ordinance will be the plan that was passed by the planning board, and is the plan that will be and have the correct number of market rate and affordable units, which for 21 grand was the correct one that was provided over a month ago.
Yeah, but not only the units, but the other changes that were proposed by this council and.
Yeah, there were no other changes to 21 grand.
Couple of words that he wanted
There's a
to put
couple of
in
words that
app-
was changed.
For 21 grand? No, that was for 15 grand.
Well, the only one that I remember that stands out is 3 different times the council wanted the word if applicable added.
Right, that was for 15 grand.
Right, that was,
Yeah, the point is,
yeah.
let the redevelopment plan that's referenced in the ordinance be the latest and greatest draft that this
Okay.
council.
Would you like to get the planner on the phone now? And you
No,
can
I'm
ask-
saying that should be on record so that the council can vote with that in mind.
Cause I thought
That is his concern,
Yes,
that the
I-
details underlying the ordinance are changing.
So
And
I
are
thought
not reliable.
the plan for 15 grand that we received during the work session with all the striking out, right?
Mhm.
I thought this was fine. Am I wrong?
Well, no, because this is just a red line, so you could see
The
the changes that were made. Correct, so the changes that were made will then be incorporated into the plan that's adopted, correct?
But it actually went bad. Cause
The draft that we got is not the revised version.
Right.
It's actually the
So,
original version.
you know, Mike Walker may have made some changes to the prior plan.
Yeah, the councilman's
So-
saying we need some better paperwork so that we can finalize our.
All right, so what do you want?
No, he said, she's asking you, can we rely on the records that was set up before this most recent, version of it?
Okay, here's what we will do. I will ask Mike Walker, and I will speak to him. I will have him generate and send me the final plan, which I will circulate to the council for approval before we publish the ordinance, assuming that it passes.
Yeah, but I'm saying this ordinance that we're passing should be referring to what you're just saying.
Yeah,
Cause right, yeah.
She's being very clear.
Yeah,
So maybe
yeah.
just see that on record so that
Yeah,
the
see it on
councilman knows.
record.
To make a statement.
Because we found errors with the numbers and the wording.
Right.
The prior records, is one that we will honor.
Correct.
Yeah.
The latest, yeah. Could you say that on record?
Yes, the plan that is adopted for both 2025-18 and 2025-19 will reflect the correct plan, the terms that you've already seen, and the terms that were approved by the planning board.
There you go.
Is that sufficient, or?
By the planning
I'm
board.
asking.
Councilman?
Well, you have choice.
Sorry. Sorry about that. And this should have been, you know, the council Scumhole did apologize. This shouldn't happen again. It's very big confusion.
Yeah, I mean, Mayor, with all respect, we're actually the governing body here today, right now, and these days, in the future, we're making a decision that are actually affecting the future of policies part.
Agreed.
We wanna be very,
Meticulous.
right, so we can make the correct decisions for the resident here. So we represent the, residents, so we have a right to actually know the correct details.
Absolutely.
So with that said, I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Whoa, so it's just the abstain people, so, Christine Wan Yoon, would you like to change your abstain to?
Can you please read the resolution again, the way that we need to correct?
Mike Walker.
Just read the resolution again, and then you're gonna add the ordinance. And we're gonna add that it's gonna reflect what exact information was provided for the planning board to be approved. Is that what you want, Councilwoman Yu?
All right, so for 21 grand, hang on one second.
Mm-hmm. The details that you guys are talking about, right, I'm trying to be very impartial. In my own humble opinion, the numbers of affordable units, that was different. Some warnings that were different. It is a concern. However, I feel, the council, the attorney will let me know if I'm correct, but these are minuscule errors. I don't like seeing them. This should not happen again. No copy and paste without reviewing it. But, I believe this is minuscule, and if Scott, if you could just add that stipulation that
I'm
this
just waiting
is.
to get the numbers from our plan.
Yeah, but the whole number wasn't the point. The point is that this was brought to the attention of the governing body too late, and not only that, the preparation was not complete properly. So, can we move forward? Can we move forward by saying that we're gonna stick with the planning board?
Yes, we are going to adopt only what the planning board has adopted.
All right, now, having said that, Council Won Yu, Councilman, would you willing to change your vote from abstain to something else?
Should I make a motion?
Yes, no, this is not a motion, it's just like
To change?
asking you three who's abstaining.
Yeah, sure, I'll yes on the,
Well,
Thank
no,
you.
I'm
He's
sorry.
changing, he's
Yeah, but
changing.
he made a motion and Councilwoman Won Yoon seconded.
No, you asked about two different council members, the
Right.
first one,
So
there's
we
a
need-
conflict. So you heard that story.
Right.
You asked these questions, three people who abstained, three council members who abstained. Do you wanna change your position?
Well, no, I need a motion
Yeah.
to request the change first.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'll make a motion to request change my vote on our ordinance 2025-18.
We have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, I mean, no, this is a roll call. Go, we have to do the roll call again for 2025-18.
Council Kim,
Kim said yes.
Council Lee,
Yes.
Council Min,
Yes.
Council Shin,
Yes.
Council Beechey.
You go ahead and vote your last time.
He's asking what he voted last time.
I mean, it's so confusing over here. Going
I
back
totally
and
understand
forth.
that.
I mean,
What is record on Council Petrie?
You were yes for 2025-18.
He said yes.
Yeah.
So it's confirmed we have majority of the votes. We have 4 votes.
And
The
then
super
1 year?
majority vote.
Yes.
Okay, so now we have a 5 except the Council Kim because he made
He recused
recuse
himself.
Good.
himself.
Council, he said yes, but I think.
I meant,
You
meant
meant
recuse.
recuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you meant. Thank you. Just to be sure. You have enough votes.
So we
Thank you.
have a 5 yes.
Let's go to the second one. Go ahead,
For
Council.
ordinance 2025-19, do either of the 3
Abstain.
councilmen that
Or the 3
abstained
abstain.
wish to make a motion to change their vote?
Who are they,
Council Kim, Council Min, Council Wanyan.
Kim, Wan Yu, and Min.
Council Min.
We have a motion?
I'll make a motion to change the vote for ordinance 2025-19.
Thank you. We have a second.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call.
Council Kim,
Yes. To recuse.
okay, he just recused. Council Lee,
Yes.
Council Min,
Yes.
Council Shin,
Yes.
Council Beechey,
same as last time.
yes. Council Wanyan,
Yes.
okay. Ordinance 2025-19 was passed,
With 5 votes, yes?
yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Council members, thank you very much for your consideration. All right, now can we go back? Now, where are we? We did the council report, BA report.
Yes, Mayor, just quickly, this Friday, we have the bid opening for, Bellevue,
Yay!
new parking lot,
47 parking lots.
yeah. and
Green parking lot.
With the EV station.
EV station with LED solar panel, lights.
And, hopefully somewhere down the road, you'll be able to fix part of the road, but if it happens, part of this, we'll wait and see. And the second thing is today and, the last couple of weeks, it's been very frustrating for people trying to reach the pool, as well as the people who work here in the building, because the pool phone is not working. And apparently, the way it was described to me, it has something to do with our new phone system and the fact that because this is an off-the-building location, that the network for the phones that reports the voice back here to the main borough wall is not have been working yet due to issues with the carrier. I have not found out who that carrier is yet. The county is working on it. It's their system. And it just seems to me that way back when this was already looked at to change the phone system, maybe they didn't spend the time that they should have been to find out the fact that the pool phone was obviously off premises. So, they're working very hard to get the phones back up and running, but as of today, that had not happened yet.
Can I get a clarification? So the current phone that was broken, that people can reach, that's not running by the county, am I right?
Yes, it's part of the new phone system, but, what I asked the pool to do, because they showed it to me today when I was down there, if you do the search for the Palisades Park Swim Club on Google, it gets you a lot of information. So she can change or put a message on that because the phones are not working at this time, please send a Google message if you wanna contact us, and they will respond to the Google message. So she's trying to get that up online tonight, maybe by tomorrow, because we don't know if the phones are gonna be working in a week or 2 weeks. I hope to have more information tomorrow, but apparently whatever the network is that creates the voice to come back here is down. So they do have computer service there, the emails are working there, emails are working at the DPW now finally, but the phone is the only issue. That's all I have.
All right, attorney report?
No.
All right, before I move to the police department, I think we're finally starting to see some fruition of the progress that has been made. We're very close to a lot of, bid packets that was gonna be prepared. First, Second, and Fourth Street, John was there, Councilman was there, Christian One was there. We're really tending to the needs of the people. They survived with flooding that's happening for years without one side having a drain. That's irresponsible. So we're working on that too with the repavement. The borough administrator knows about Fifth Street, but because we spend a lot of money on roads, we're gonna try to move that for the next year. We also have commercial, one half of the commercial going to the Route 46 that's been badly damaged for many years. That's being addressed. Full Bellevue parking finally is coming into fruition. And also the $1.4 million grant that we're working on to revitalize and make Broad Avenue from Central to even all the way to Henry Street, make it so that it will look like something that we see in the main streets of Fort Lee. We also have the police reforming and accreditation. We're also preparing to, well, the police will talk about that too. So we are in the works. And then also we're in the works of, as you know, we finally got our, the parking meter that everybody was complaining about. Thanks to the police department and also the committee worked really hard to find the best candidate. I agree with that choice. And also we are in the process of trying to, actually we approved the check-in and check-out system for the employees. Guys, we are moving. It just, I realized even with, even though I'm the mayor who's not influenced by somebody or anybody anymore, I'm starting to realize the government system is slow. But I'm very happy that this council members care and that always reminds the employees that things that needs to be addressed. And this is how we're gonna move forward. And by the end of this year, I'm also working on the LED solar panel street lights that I've been talking about. It's funded. I have the products. I'm gonna give it to Roberta. We're gonna hit about 25 to 30 locations that's dark, and the PSE&G will cost an arm and a leg to create another street light there. That will be all accomplished this year. And we also have DPW working on, which he should be working on, the spray painting of Broad Avenue, right? He said he didn't do that yet. Yeah, he said he
Power
didn't.
washing.
Power washing, DPW. So we're on the works, so I'm very happy. I wanna recommend again, council members, there are faults of the administration employees. I'm not gonna deny that. I'm with you on that. However, at the same time, we have to work together. We have to fill in the issues that we have on both sides of the party. I'm hoping and I'm praying and requesting that the council members review their packet and come to us and ask questions during the 1 week after we receive the work session, so we don't have to open this up in the regular session. And for the governing body or in charge of all this stuff, whether it's the BA or the clerk or the attorney, I hope you guys don't make these kind of mistakes to follow down this process. This was a very important process. I'm very thankful the council members decided to give us an opportunity. Because if we didn't pass, we'd be in major trouble. And someone's gonna have to blame for it, and it's definitely not the governing body. All right, thank you very much. Police report.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
When?
I got kids and a wife waiting for me
How'd you
right
find
now.
out?
Hopefully
Happy
they'll-
birthday.
They'll stay awake a little longer. Okay, I'm sorry that I have a bunch to report, but our police
Sorry.
department and our police committee, the members of this department have been working very hard on our reform initiatives. Recently, we've been working very hard on our community outreach, engaging with the community, letting them see us, going out there, talking with them, showing them what we can offer for them and building stronger partnerships. And I'm just going to highlight a bunch of the things that we have done. On May 31st, we went to a DWI presentation. This is a yearly thing that we've been doing with the fire department. The high school seniors, it's their last exposure with the police department before they move into college or their next steps in life. And it's a good way for them to see the dangers of driving while intoxicated so that they can stay safe. It's also kind of like a good way for our police department to interact with them before the summer. At Lindbergh School, we did a successful evacuation drill on June 2nd. We basically took all the kids to different safety points in town. I'm not going to say where they are publicly, but the school knows and the kids now know where these safety points are should some type of serious event occur. On June 6th, our officers participated in the Special Olympic Sports Run, and some of our people on the mayor and council also participated. Thank you. Our officers raised $680 for the Special Olympics. Our officers also provided 2 scholarships in the memory of 2 of our fallen officers, Officer Ferrioli and Officer Cottrell. 2 high school graduates were the recipients, and on behalf of our police department, we wish these recipients much success as they continue their academic journey. We had a really nice event at the First Presbyterian Church on June 14th. This was an unsolicited event. The pastor of the church, this is the oldest church in Palisades Park. He came to us and said he had this idea for this event to partner with the police department. We went there, many of you came. It was a wonderful time. We spoke at length with their congregation and by extension the community, and I believe we made lots of progress. We also showed off some of our talent of our new hires. Officer Adolfo Rodriguez is a 10 out of a 10 on the piano. You can see that circulating on our social media right now, as well as Officer Larrea is also equally a 10 out of a 10 on the drums. They decided that they were going to play with their music ministry. It was a big hit. I think the officers were even impressed with the talent that we have hired recently. So you can check that out, that's on social media, but I also wanted to thank all the officers who participated in that because it was a really nice community event. It's a nice way for the community to come and see some of our new officers. We have our first Cantonese speaking officer, and that congregation is largely Chinese. So it was an excellent engagement. Our fleet lettering is complete now. I know I've been talking about that the past few months, but you should be seeing, well, you will be seeing, or you are seeing actually, all of our vehicles now, we completed our lettering. So when they're driving around now, you will see they are Palisades Park police officers. Long are the days gone of just a black Ford Explorer driving down the street. Now it says Palisades Park Police. It's easily identifiable that these are police officers. I hope that allows some residents to feel some comfort and some safety that the police officers are out there. It's not that they weren't out there, just our fleet wasn't lettered. So that is complete now. Our officer Bob Lee he's an intellectual standout. He's been working with Lieutenant Beck on a large federal COPS grant. I've been following this. It's a very, very cumbersome process, and they actually elicited the support of a congressman to argue on our behalf. So hopefully we will have some good news on that shortly. The deadline for that grant application is the 25th, in 2 days. So we'll find out soon. That's a federal grant. It's a very large grant, and it's a very large project to undertake, but we have the right people leading that. Our Junior Police Academy started today. It runs to the 27th to Friday. Mark your calendars at 5 p.m. on next Monday will be the Junior Police Academy graduation. That'll be held at Lindbergh. This is a really, really great program. Officer Loakai runs that, as well as our community policing team and our juvenile department. It's a great engagement for the kids. They come out, they get to experience what it's like to be a police officer. There are junior cadets. They do drill, they march them, and they teach them things about policing. And I was there today with Captain Rotundo, and it was really a nice time to see mostly to see the wonderment of youth, and also to see how excited they are to aspire one day to maybe be a police officer. And they're gonna really be loud, so make sure you mark your calendars for this Wednesday at 10:30 a.m., the state police will be landing a helicopter on the Lindbergh Field to show the kids what the state police helicopter does. So when you hear the helicopter coming into town, you'll know what that is. It'll be coming to Lindbergh. I know Sergeant Mike Lee worked very hard on that partnership with the state police to have them bring this to us for our junior cadets. So we're very excited about that. Mark your calendars and join us. It'll be a great event. As far as our facility update goes, we are near complete with our progress. We just have a little bit more painting to do, but a lot of the cleaning is done. It's a clean facility. I invite anybody who wants to come in to walk around. We have a clean facility. It's a very healthy environment for anybody who works here, and we invite you to come in anytime you want and take a look. I think you'd be impressed with what we have done in such a short period of time. And this accolade here is to Captain Rotundo, who has been working pretty tirelessly on this accreditation process. It is a big undertaking, but through Captain Rotundo's efforts and the team here at the Palisades Park Police Department, we are happy to report today and that this is a fact because we have a line graph that shows us where we are. We are 90% complete in the process. We're in the final 10%, and we should have good news for you very soon on that. As far as anything else goes, I don't have anything else, but I just want to say I know this is also put out over YouTube, so I'm going to say this also to our community. You can always come down and see me. I am right here. I'm George Beck. I'm your captain, the officer in charge of this department. I'm here for you. If you have any questions, concerns, anything that you would like to address, if you have any safety issues that you would like us to look into, anything, just come down and see me. My door is always open, and let us know, and we would be glad to help you. Do you have any questions for me, or that's it?
Actually, I want to just add on top to your presentation. First, council members, we all know, the police committee knows that the two officers are working really hard to reform and get that accreditation for the first time in history. The police department provides benefits, it provides a lower insurance, and I think it's a great thing. Also that we, as you guys know, we hired the first black police officer in history in Palisades Park. We're breaking a lot of history. And also, I believe you guys, the police department received finally the county report on accidents, correct? County report on accidents, you guys finally got it?
County report?
Yeah, wasn't that it?
They're in the process of certain areas in town, bringing back that information for us.
Good, which they'll analyze and see what plans they could create to
For
reduce the accidents in the intersections of where on up in the hills. And also, if you can, OIC, even though you do alert me and Sophia and the police committee of the events, I think all council members should be invited to all events. If the council members of the committee didn't let the other council members know, it's up to the responsibility of you and other department head to let all the events, invite all the events for the council members, all council members, not just the committee. I think that shouldn't be the case. They should all be invited because it is a celebratory event. And I want to know a little more detail on the National Night Out. When is it? What date is it?
It's always the first Tuesday in August.
First Tuesday in August.
That's the 5th this year. I can double check. Is it the 5th this year? It's always the first Tuesday in August, and I'll get that.
Yes, it's the 5th.
It's the
And
5th this year.
can you give us a little preview of where it's what's gonna be?
So we're bringing it back here to Broad Avenue. It's been here plenty of times in the past.
Close Broad Avenue.
Yes, it's been at Lindbergh School in the past. It's been at the town pool. We felt that this year is the time to change it up and bring it back here to Broad Avenue between Central Boulevard and Brinkerhoff. And there'll be the same thing we have every year. Those bounce houses, all types of games.
Dunk tanks.
I'll check on the dunk tank, but we have, canine demonstrations, other law enforcement demonstrations. There will be prizes and food. There's always free food for everybody. Our officers will be grilling and cooking. It's just a great time. I encourage every resident to come out, enjoy it, bring the kids, because the kids really love it.
Good music, DJ.
Good music, yeah.
Good, sounds good. One last thing between you and Roberta. What's happening with the LED stop signs?
They're ordered, actually.
Oh, good. Thanks to Chris Beck, Lieutenant Chris Beck. We're gonna order how many, LED stop signs?
Eight new stop signs, the blinking light ones.
8 stop
two,
signs and how many
pedestrian
yields?
ones.
How many yields? 4, right? 4 yield signs, right?
No, it wasn't pedestrian, we didn't get yield signs. We
It's a
got
pedestrian
stop-
walk sign.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, yield sign, yeah, it's a triangle one, LEDs. And Chris Beck discovered a very reputable and price competitive thing. Please install that as soon as you get it. And,
Mayor, if I may, we have a traffic unit, Officer Farnese, Officer McDermott. These are the two who have been doing a tremendous amount of work in that unit. They've been investigating many things, dangerous intersections, areas where we could add speed signs or speed bumps or whatever that we can do to make the roads safer. They've been working a lot on that, and you'll start to see the fruits of their labor, as well as the additional officers that are in the traffic unit, so that you'll all see that in the future. A lot of these things that happen, they start and they're in the process, and hopefully we can report more good news to you soon.
thank you. And also, OIC forgot to mention, I wanna say it again in public, that the police department created several different variations of a plan for police officers to drive through every resident street. Not at the same time, at the same day, so the perpetrators can find out when they're gonna come. So they have a schedule, so hopefully the residents will notice a difference. Hopefully the residents will see police officers driving by, talking to the residents, make sure that we're safe in our residential areas. Thank you very much.
Will we have the firework event on the July 4th?
No, we're not gonna do it.
Not this year?
Yeah, we were still too late, remember the recreation, we're supposed to do some popcorn and thing, but it's just too late.
Unfortunately, it wasn't even that too late, but when we went to the county for the county meeting about that event, there was no additional security, and
Yeah, security comes into play, if you
Yeah.
invite somebody in a public area, someone's gonna clean the trash, someone's gonna provide security. You know the town right now at the last moment wanna be part of that, so I said forget about it. Good, thank you very much. I have a
One
motion.
second, Mr. Mayor.
The director's over there,
The
please.
director had one thing he'd just like to discuss with you. Sorry about that. Thank you very
One
much.
thing that I mentioned to you previously is that, we had a couple senior citizens in the last few weeks approached by people, sounding jewelry and grabbing and so on and so forth. And so, in a way to have our seniors feel a little safer at night, we're gonna make, available whistles for them. And what we wanna use by that is they have a whistle they can wear around their neck, and they're plastic whistles, so in the wintertime, they can still use them. And it's not, if there's a police officer in the area, they can notice something's going on, and anybody that's in the area, even witnesses, will hear the whistle and look that way, so if it's not a police officer, maybe it'll give us an opportunity to identify a witness who's accosted one of our seniors, so we can, we can catch them later on. So that's
Thank you.
something that we're gonna put into play probably in the next week or so.
Thank you.
All right?
All right, may I have a motion to close it open to the public? Who's first, second? The first and second. All in favor? Aye. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the wait, you have 3 minutes to discuss whatever you guys wanna say. Please come up. Name and address.
It's barely 329 East Columbia. I have nothing to do with it, but I really enjoyed the 4th of July activity that Bergen County presented last year. I was on the other side where the park is, had beautiful entertainment, I enjoyed it and all that stuff. Okay, that's it, as far as that's concerned. I was gonna bring up the temporary police station again. The station that we're not using, I think you call it the trailers, police
Oh, yes,
trailers.
yes.
I was promised an answer about 3 or 4 months ago by you guys. I have not gotten any answer.
Well, we don't have an answer yet, we're trying to have our outside counsel finish their
We're-
investigation. It
Yeah,
wasn't
I heard the discussions tonight.
We were almost there, it's just that the last council, without disclosing information in public, there was some,
Let's just say that there has not been full cooperation by all the participants back years ago when this happened.
Okay.
yeah.
All right. The other thing is, my nephew is a, chief of administration down in Florida somewhere, and he's
Chief of
invited-
police, chief of fire, chief of
No,
police?
chief of administration.
Well, like a BA, understood.
Okay, and, his town has over 100,000 people, and the meetings were held a lot different. Much more professional.
Could you
I'm sorry.
elaborate, could you elaborate on your observation?
Well, it was more like it was more orderly as far as people speaking, councilmen, council people speaking. I was really impressed with it. And this council is not that far off, but I think we all need to see some improvements there. Work sessions, yes, they were last week. Yes, there are minor details on the public session like today, but I think it went way too deep.
I agree.
I think it went way too deep, and the pool is another thing. To me, in a way, it's a pit, it's a money pit. Even though they say like last year they made money and all that stuff, but who pays for all these bills? Do the people that attend the pool pay for all of that?
Yes. They
We
have a
don't pay a
membership.
penny for it?
I'm sorry, which one are you talking about?
For all these bills, like the concrete that needs to be repaired.
That's our day-to-day operations.
No, actually,
Go ahead.
we have a number of bonds, old bonds, that were put in place to do work at the pool and had never been used.
Okay,
And we're using that bond money to make these improvements, which was the intention of those bonds from 2018, 19, and 22. One of them is already canceled, and, we are trying to do something sensible with that, which is make the repairs that need to be made.
all right. To me, I enjoyed the pool, don't get me wrong. When my daughter was young, we were there almost every day. Straight from work, I went right there. Anyway, but, I think the time has come where we need to really look to see if it's worth keeping that pool.
Financially?
Financially, and, is it, what percentage of the people that attend there are from the town?
Well,
Versus
that's different.
outsiders.
You're asking, does this pool benefit our town only? It was never meant to benefit our town only.
Yes,
Even
in
back
the
in
very
the days.
beginning.
Even in the beginning, we had a limited sized pool. The town didn't really 100% partake to make it more, how should I say, more productive.
We used to have jitney buses because the parking lot was full.
Right.
And it was full, it was big, and it was for residents only. And now, I think it's for mostly other people rather than residents.
We're gonna have to get those Korean Americans to go swimming and get us some tans.
Anyway,
We
I'm
do
3
see
minutes
more
off. Thank you
people
very much.
Thank you.
using this, day passes. That's
Right,
really
right.
what it's become.
It's a good point. Let's revisit that later in private. Any more? All right, please, anybody? Go ahead. Please come up, your name, address.
Thank you. I waited more than 3 hours, thank you.
I know, that's dedication.
Council members, Sophia, thank you. Give me the opportunity to, Deputy Superintendent,
Oh,
and I'll do my best to keep the DPW going. Thank you very much.
thank you. You deserve the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Good job. Anybody else? We have a motion to close and come back to the, regular meeting. We have a motion. We have a second. All in favor? We have a motion to close the regular meeting. We have a motion. Motion. First and second, first and second. All in favor? Aye. Guys, thank you very much. Appreciate it.